This is NikkiPursuit, kicking off the weekend on Saturday, February 7th, 2026 at Los Angeles Cruise Night in Hawthorne, where my friend Rosendo and I hit the street scene at 1114 Main Street from 5 to 11 p.m. Cars, music, vendors and pure LA car culture set the tone. Then the very next day, Ralph and I switched gears and headed to Universal Studios. 2 days, 2 vibes, one unforgettable weekend. Let's dive in. As night falls over Hawthorne, the cruise lights up in a way that only Los Angeles can. Being here at LA Cruise Night on Main Street isn't just about the cars. It's about history, culture, and community rolling together down the same street. Lowrider culture has deep roots in LA, beginning in the 1940s and 50s with Mexican-American youth in East Los Angeles, who used cars as a canvas for identity and expression. These weren't just vehicles, they were moving works of art, lowered low, cruising slow, and built with creativity, ingenuity, and pride. From hand-painted murals to custom interiors and hydraulics that made cars dance, lowriders became symbols of resilience, culture, and belonging. Car clubs formed like families, sharing craftsmanship, style, and respect for the craft. Even when the culture faced resistance and anti-cruising laws, it endured. And today, lowriding is recognized as a legitimate art form, even showcased in places like the Peterson Automotive Museum. Standing here at Hawthorne Cruise Night, you can feel that legacy in every polished chrome, every laid-out car, and every slow roll down the street. It's not just a meet, it's a living piece of LA history in motion. Exploring the night market at the meet with Rosendo, we were soaking in everything: the lights, the music, the builds, the community. And of course, you can't walk past the snack vendors without stopping. Chamoy gushers? Say less. Sweet, spicy, a little messy, but completely worth it. Moments like this are what make these nights more than just car meets. They're full experiences. These cars roll by, there's something powerful about the sound of rubber meeting pavement, and that story actually starts back in the 1960s. Burnouts weren't originally about showmanship, they were practical. In early American drag racing, drivers would spin their rear tires in what's called a water box to heat them up and improve traction before launching down the strip. It was about grip, it was about performance. Pioneers like Don Garlitz and TV Tommy Evo helped popularize the technique, making it a staple at the starting line. But over time, something shifted. What started as preparation turned into celebration. Drivers began using burnouts not just before races, but after victories, a way to mark a moment. In 1997, Alex Zanardi brought celebratory burnouts into global motorsport attention, and by 2001, NASCAR drivers like Kevin Harvick made it a signature victory move. Then came another evolution, especially in places like Australia, where burnouts transformed into full-scale competitions. No longer just functional, they became spectacle. Dedicated events, judged performances, massive crowds, more like a rock concert than a race day. Today, burnouts are often about entertainment and car control. Modern burnout cars are heavily modified. Blower motors, reinforced cooling systems, custom paint, sometimes even full show interiors. Some drivers push the limits, spinning until the tires explode in smoke and rubber confetti. From traction tool to cultural statement, burnouts represent power, control, celebration, and sometimes rebellion. And when you hear that engine rev and see smoke start to rise, you're not just watching rubber burn. You're watching decades of automotive history unfold in real time. From there, Rosendo and I wrapped up the night the best way you can after a car meet, with a stop at Krispy Kreme for some fresh donuts. There's something about late-night car talk and sugar that just hits different. After that, we walked around Walmart for a bit, still running on that cruise night energy, just decompressing and reliving everything we had just seen. And just like that, one night rolled into the next adventure. The following day, I switched gears, literally, and met up with Ralph for a full day at Universal Studios. Before Ralph and I officially took off to Universal Studios, we made a quick stop to support a local spot here in Simi Valley, Get Hooked Coffee. They've got a ton of options, from different coffee blends and specialty drinks to bagels and plenty of other breakfast picks. It's one of those places that gives you exactly what you need before a long day out. Good coffee, good energy, and supporting local at the same time. Fueled up and ready. Next stop, Universal. One of the first things Ralph and I saw walking into the park was a car that instantly caught my attention. The legendary Duesenberg Model J from The Mummy. Often cited as a 1931 Model J, this 1930s-era luxury machine represented the absolute peak of American automotive engineering. Powered by a massive 6.9-litre straight-8 engine, pushing around 265 horsepower, it could reach nearly 120 miles per hour, which was unreal for its time. Duesenbergs were known for their custom coachwork, often built by elite designers like Murphy or Derham, and they became the go-to status symbol for celebrities and royalty. Seeing one associated with the film felt like stepping straight into that golden pre-war era of speed, luxury, and cinematic drama. Shortly after spotting the Duesenberg, Ralph and I came across another piece of automotive history, the taxicab from the 1978 film Blue Collar. That era of taxis was dominated by the iconic Checker Motors Corporation, known for building durable, boxy cabs that became a symbol of blue-collar America. By the mid-1960s, Checker produced over a quarter of the nation's taxis, and their cars were designed specifically for the grind of city life, tough, simple, and built to last. Taxi driving back then was real blue-collar work, long hours, 7 days a week for many drivers, hey, and cars like these became cultural staples, even featured in films like Blue Collar, which was famously shot inside the Checker assembly factory itself. Seeing it in person felt like stepping into a different era of American streets, before rideshare apps, before modern fleets, when these cabs ruled the road and told stories of everyday working life. After checking out those classic film cars, Ralph and I hopped on a couple of rides to keep the day moving. And that's where Universal's animatronics really come to life. Universal Studios Hollywood has been a pioneer in large-scale animatronic effects for decades. Back in the early 1970s, the studio tour introduced the massive 25-foot mechanical shark for Jaws, setting the tone for immersive, physical storytelling. Then, in 1986, the King Kong encounter raised the bar with a giant animatronic ape that towered over guests. Today, the technology has evolved into incredibly detailed, lifelike figures, like the characters in The Secret Life of Pets, Off the Leash, blending robotics, engineering, and storytelling into something that feels almost real. From classic film cars to cutting-edge animatronics, Universal really knows how to merge entertainment with mechanical innovation. To wrap up the weekend, Ralph and I headed over to City Walk and grabbed dinner at Buca di Beppo, the perfect way to slow things down after a full couple of days. Since Ralph's birthday was on February 10th, it felt right to celebrate properly. Good food, good laughs, and just taking a moment to appreciate the memories we made. From car meets to classic film cars, from late nights to theme park rides, this weekend really had a little bit of everything. And honestly, that's what it's all about. Great experiences, great company, and ending it all on a high note.